Hey everybody, I am Sports Director Brandon Bossert. Welcome on into the Delmar Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports.
And I'm sports anchor Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. We got a lot to get into tonight, but before we do, I think I can speak for everyone when I say we're really happy to have you back, Brandon.
Well, thank you very much, Devin. It's been a challenging week. Obviously, my wife, Lauren, went through a double mastectomy, preventative. She's doing much better now. I've been through it myself with a sinus infection. I'm getting over it. Maybe you can hear in my voice, but we have just received so much support from the community, neighbors, family, friends. So it's been a challenging week, but we've persevered, and I think we're on the upswing now. So
and that's really good news. It's really good to hear that you and your family are doing a lot better, because we have missed you. We have missed you. We definitely have. It's been very lonely. Obviously, you've missed a lot of stuff this week in terms of the weather, but we have definitely missed you. So we're glad to have you back.
I've missed the games being on this desk, but you know what? We're here to talk about some sports, and that's what we're going to do tonight.
That's right. So let's check out all the action from this week and catch not only you, Brandon, up, but anyone who has missed anything going on here on Delmar.
Yeah, that's right. First, let's take you out to Parkside, where we were treated to an absolute show today. Miranda Mears came out of the gate on fire, showing us why she's one of the top players in the Bayside, drilling that one in the back of the cage. Later, shot on goal is off, but there's Mears again, scrambling for the loose ball. Gets the ball control, and there's another one for her. 7 tallies on the afternoon.
Yeah, she was a monster. But, Brandon, if we had top plays this week, it would be right there. That would be number one. That's Lillian Dixon with the fake backwards, behind the head, no-look goal. I've never seen
that was really good. Cole Howard told us how good that goal was. I hadn't seen it till just now.
Right.
That was nice.
I had never seen anything like it. I mean, that was just a behind-the-head shot. And that goal, it wasn't just for show, because they were trailing in this game and trying to come back as time was winding down. But within the last 10 minutes of the games, the Rams began to pull away. And you can see Mears right here putting on the finishing touches with her 7th and final goal of the night. The Rams win by 5, 18-13.
Yeah, so that was a really, really good matchup between maybe the best team in the Bayside South and maybe the best team in the Bayside North in girls lacrosse.
I mean, that shot was just beautiful. I mean, behind the head, no look, just goal head. I've never seen anything like it. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. But now we move to the local action on the soccer field, because not every game was rained out this week. So let's take you out there and jump into these highlights. It's Caesar Rodney on the road against Henlopen North rival Milford. And the Riders are going to come out hot. Gabrielle Davis storming up the field, and she lines one up into the corner. CR out to a great start, and Davis is just getting started in this one because she's breaking free right here, and she gets another shot. And it's another goal. She puts up another shot from the same spot. Another goal for Gabrielle Davis and her Riders. And Davis would have an absolute monster game. And then Hudson's on the move. She gets it to Davis again. And Davis scored yet again. She
was on fire.
She was on fire. She had 5 of the Riders' 8 goals in the game. Absolutely insane, all by herself. And Milford would just not have an answer. CR shut them out in their own home. The Riders improved to 6-1 on the season and take that one 8-0.
Impressive game there. Now to the Diamond. We saw some great games this week. Laurel hosting Delmar back on Tuesday. And both teams with solid early season starts. Freshman Ryan Cradle on the mound right here. Catches this man snoozing right here at the dish. That was the theme of this one. Only 2 hits allowed all afternoon by Delmar. We're going to see the next batter up here. Can I help you, sir? No, thank you. I'm just looking right there. Window shopping. Delmar pitching was great. Bryce Hendricks was the starter and struck out 9 over 5 2/3 innings. Now we're starting to get a better picture of who the best teams are in baseball in Delaware and in the Bayside right now. Delmar is one of those teams from the Henlopen. Kind of surprising so far this season. Pitching will definitely be the thing that carries the Wildcats once the playoffs roll around. They had one game with Salesianum, one of the best teams from up north. They fell 8-7 in extra innings. They were playing with one of the big dogs from up north, but aside from that game, 3 games, 3 shutouts for the Wildcats, and they're led by one of the best in the state on the mound. It's Andrew Calloway Jr., a junior pitcher who is committed to West Virginia. Watch out for Delmar because they are 3-0 and they are dangerous.
Pounding the zone with fastballs, trying to get ahead of the count. and just letting my defense work after that. It felt pretty good in the beginning. I lost it a little bit during the game, but I was able to throw some strikes with it. We played good defense, pitching was good, was able to get people on base and just hit them in.
And Devin, I'm a little rusty. They're 3-1.
3-1. Okay, so moving to Sussex Tech now. They were up against Cape Henlopen, and Cape was up by 1. You see Zane Adams on the mound, and he gets Brian Fleming looking, and the Ravens are trying to stay in this one. It's called that strikeout. But this game would turn out to be a pitcher's duel. Nicholas Cox getting the swinging strikeout for the Vikings, but the next place where the Vikings catch the Ravens with a nice play. You see the strikeout right there, but the runner
strike
on
him
second,
out, throw him out.
You see that. You get him try to get the stolen base, but it's called safe, but then the umpire says it's out. Now the next play will be the deciding factor for the Ravens. Wild pitch on the play. Runner on third comes home, and the catcher would not be able to get the ball in time. So Cape is up 3-1, but in the top of the 7th, the Ravens would attempt to come back. Another wild pitch. Cape not able to find the ball, and the Ravens bring this game within 1 run with that sliding run right there. And they have a potential winning run on second. But Joshua Reinhold has other plans. 2-2 count out the mound, and he gets the swinging strikeout to win the game for the Vikings. The Ravens fought hard to the end, but Cape handed them their first loss of the season in the final score of 3-2.
All right, moving over to the softball field now. Base is loaded for Cape. Pitch is high, so a free pass right here. And that is going to bring a run across the plate. But things only getting worse for Tech here. Cape going to drive that one up the middle. That brings home yet another run for the Vikings. And they would just keep rolling, scoring 3 runs in 3 straight innings. Now this pitch going way up there. Catcher has no chance at getting this one. Vikings get yet another run as they would have the Ravens' number throughout this game. Vikings up at the plate yet again, and this time they drive it out to right. Run comes across the plate. RBI single for Cape, and the Ravens standing no chance in this one. They fall by a final score of 10-3, and they improve to 2-2 on the season after that one. All right, so let's talk about what we saw this week.
Right.
Delmar is very impressive.
They sure are.
I think they have a case for top team in the Henlopen. But you know what? Might be getting a little ahead of myself saying that because right now Sussex Central is just rolling.
Right.
Central, led by Brendan Anderson, he's a senior. He's hard hitting at the plate, but he can also get it done on the mound. Not too surprising to see them performing like this so far this year. 6-0 on the season. They went 14-4 last year. They're 6-0, won every game by 9 or more runs so far, but the thing that we haven't seen them play is anyone that's elite so far. Like we've seen Delmar playing Salesianum,
right,
one of the best teams in Delaware, but Central just has not played anybody to that echelon so far. They've played Dover, Sussex Academy, a couple of nice teams who are middle of the road, able to beat them by 9 and 10 runs, but we haven't seen them play anybody who are elite so far. But that changes very soon,
right,
because they will be playing DMA, Caravel, Cape, and Appoquinimink back-to-back coming up in the next 2 weeks. 4 of maybe the top 10 teams in the state of Delaware. We're going to see what the Golden Knights are made of coming up in the next couple of weeks.
And I want to focus more. You talked about them a lot earlier, and obviously you just covered them in terms of Delmar and Sussex Tech. They actually matched up today at Tech, and Delmar won 6-0, and they were led by their West Virginia commit, Andrew Calloway. So he pitched close to a full 7 innings, only giving up 2 hits, while striking out 8. So as you mentioned, in terms of in the entire Henlopen, Delmar has been one of the 2 teams, but in the Henlopen South, they're definitely the best team to beat. 3 shutout wins, and as you mentioned earlier, 1 loss so far, 7-8 to quarterfinalists Salesianum, and Salesianum in the DIAA quarterfinalists last year. So Delmar has been really, really good, and they're a team to look out for.
Yeah, so right now, I think Sussex Central, Delmar, Cape, and maybe Dover. We'll throw Dover. Sussex Tech definitely, though. Sussex Tech is definitely in the top 4 teams, but surprising to see them lose to Delmar and to Cape in the past week.
And again, in shutout fashion. So we are going to see, so we'll keep you guys updated. So moving from the diamond to the volleyball court, Indian River was hosting Sussex Academy earlier this week. And we're indoors for some boys volleyball. Indian River getting off to a hot start, and that's Gustavo Rivera setting up Connor Bird, and Bird's going to spike it down with authority, and IR was just getting started. A lot of Gustavo Rivera setting a lot of shots up because Carson Barnes is going to come in with the spike, and you're going to be seeing a lot more from him as well. Ira would win the first 2 sets with ease, and Sussex Academy would just not be able to keep up. And Rivera setting Barnes up again, and Barnes nailing it down once again. And IR rolls in this one. They take all 3 sets over Sussex and win in a final score of 3-0.
All right, staying with boys volleyball now, Cape Henlopen taking on NewARK, and Ethan Shutterworth is going to set this one up for Nicholas Pianco, and he spikes that one down for the score. Vikings off to a hot start. Shuttleworth sets up another shot. This time it's Brady Lamb with the spike, sending it down. Cape keeps the momentum on their side. Charles Cassis now serving it up, and it bounces off NewARK's hands in the back. Point goes to the Vikings. They would steamroll through the first 2 sets of this match. NewARK never came close in this one. Vikings controlled the narrative the whole time. They were 4-0 at the time. They have now moved on to 5-0. They win in straight sets, 3-0. All right, so Cape Henlopen and Indian River, they're probably the top schools in our area when it comes to boys volleyball. Cape has yet to drop a set so far this season.
And that's right. And as you mentioned, 2 teams that are cream of the crop in the Henlopen. So, but who's the best between those 2? We'll actually find out on Wednesday because they will be playing each other.
That's a nice setup right there. A very interesting matchup coming up. But one more note on boys volleyball. There is mounting pressure to make boys volleyball an official DIAA sport, as the DIAA Board of Directors voted last month to make boys volleyball a Level 2 or recognized sport, which brings into motion the formation of official rules, referees, a regular season structure, and a committee tasked with creating a pathway to a state championship event. Right now, girls volleyball is a state championship event. Boys volleyball is not. So there is hope that we could see the first DIAA Boys Volleyball Championship coming up next year in 2023. All right, that'll do it for the A block. We're taking a commercial break, but when we return, we've got a local athlete spotlight. When we come back with After the Whistle, don't go anywhere. That and more when Delmar Sports Insider returns.
Hi, my name is Alec Anderson. I play tight end at Parkside High School, and you're watching Delmar Sports Insider.